I be holding this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
We're live. We're live, and we were still talking. Fancy that. John is still chatting up with some lady from this fair.
3.
I have no idea.
All right.
I'm just kidding. It's John and Rachel. It's the YaJagoff podcast. We're a day later. Typically, we're on Saturdays, but we thought this event is too big for us to not be here. And Saturday didn't work, so we were able to be here for the last day of the Banana Split, not festival. We found out it is not festival, celebration here in Latrobe.
Greater American Banana Split Celebration.
We're so
Latrobe.
excited.
That's right.
So anyway, Facebook
Latrobe.
world, you know how this works. We're kind of hoping it's still raining in Pittsburgh so that you're sitting there watching all of this because we want you to see how amazing it is. We're going to get all the behind the scenes of what's happening here at this amazing Greater American Banana Split Celebration. And that's it.
Yeah. All right.
As long as it's not too hot, our cameras will stay on and we'll be able to get you all the details. And if you'd rather, take a quick drive up. It's only an hour and 5 minutes from Pittsburgh. Come up, enjoy it. It's here till 5 o'clock. Go ahead.
Good.
You know
ready?
how, do you want to start?
Yeah, this is how we start the podcast every week. Remember, this is behind the scenes. You'll see everybody kind of going in and out. But then in the edit on Tuesday on YaJagoff.com or wherever you get your podcast, you'll hear it. Nice and clean. All right,
Nice
here we
and
go.
clean. Ready?
Do you know what the letters MSRP mean? We usually hear it fast at the end of the commercials, but Rorick Honda takes them seriously since it means manufacturer suggested retail price.
And that means that they don't increase car prices to make a fast buck during a time of inflation. And instead, they sell cars and they build relationships. As always, visit RorickHonda.com for all of your vehicle needs. And now we start the YaJagoff podcast from, say it again, John.
The Greater American Banana Split Celebration, which I read upside
In
down.
Latrobe, PA. Boom.
All right, so this is on the edit. This is where you'll hear some music and some people calling out the word Jagoff. And we say, John and Rachel from YaJagoff Podcast. If you're listening to the podcast for the very first time, we ask that you subscribe to it. And not only just subscribe to the podcast, listen to us on Q92.9 every Monday through Friday, 7 to 10. And saying you don't know how to work your car radio is not an excuse because it's all online and there's an app.
And shout out to Monica on air because Monica actually is part of our team here with YaJagoff as well. So we get to deal with her both on Q92.9 as well as here on the YaJagoff podcast. This is where we're going to talk a little bit about our blog posts, and then we're going to introduce you to this amazing lady to our right. If you're a real YaJagoff fan, you recognize her because she was on a podcast a year ago out here it was in Westmoreland County.
It was the porch tour.
The porch tour.
The porch
yes.
tour. Yes.
So we'll get to her, but first, are you reading our blog posts? If not, here's the dealio. They're on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because Tuesday is when the coveted podcast comes out. This week we talked about some fun things. What did you talk about?
The picture was something that you wrote. There was a man standing along a railing at an ice rink watching a hockey game, and right below his knee was a sign that said, "No
Don't
standing
stand
on
here."
the railing."
Yeah, they
like
don't
it
care.
was totally.
People
so,
don't care. Pay attention to the signs, YaJagoff.
Right. And then on top of that, listen, we just had this question of the day on our Facebook page, bar soap or bottle soap? And I don't think bar soap because it gets yucky, it gets hairs and all that. Well,
He says it every time.
there was bottle soap with hair on it too. Like, come on, dude.
That grosses you
Yuck.
out. That's
Totally
like your
gross.
thing.
Yeah,
I
it
get
is
it.
gross.
It
Yeah,
is gross.
it is gross. Like, clean up your stuff,
Yeah.
right?
And
All right.
obviously, if you have been following, you know that we celebrated Cindy Stock. Go check out that amazing page with cindystock.org. Everything happened last night. They had a great time. And Are You Resting on the Jobby Job was basically 2 parking chairs laying on their backs, not doing their job. 1 job parking chair, you're supposed to save a seat. You didn't do it, so we called you out as a Jagoff. It was hysterical. People were like, that is so crazy that
Right.
these chairs are upside down.
Yes. So make sure you follow the blog. And then on the blog, there's also every Wednesday and Thursday, there's a G-Chat about if you have a cool family recipe, we want to highlight that. If you live in a town like Latrobe, we want to highlight that. So we want your little micro neighborhood. Few pictures, few comments, what you do when you're in your little town. All right. So now
Who's
we
that?
start the podcast. So Brianna is, you have been on the podcast, as we said earlier, as part of Zachary's Mission Porch Tour because we came out to Westmoreland County. We're like, oh, wait, and Tracy found you. And that's when I feel embarrassed. I've lived in Pittsburgh area all my life, and I've never heard of the Banana Split Festival, Banana Split Celebration. Never knew that the Banana Split was created right here in Latrobe.
Yep. Well, the Banana Split Celebration as an event has only been happening since 2013 when the National Ice Cream Retailers Association designated Latrobe as the official invention birthplace of the banana split, because there was some controversy
Right.
with another town in Ohio, and there was
We
some
shut them
research
down.
done. We did. We
We
shut
didn't
them
have to go
down.
fight them
Wilmington,
in a-
Ohio,
we didn't
you
have
are
to go
shut
beat
down.
them up or anything, right?
No, we
okay.
didn't. But
All
we
right.
had a little rivalry, but
Got it.
but they also had claimed that. But we have been celebrating here in Latrobe since 2013, and the event has grown tremendously over the past several years. We started out with one little entertainment stage and just a few festival booths, and we here are now we have 2 entertainment stages, and we have over 100 vendors here. We added the over 21 area several years ago, and we plan to just keep growing this event. It's fabulous. We have free entertainment. We had an amazing band last night, the Crystal Blue Band, in their last public performance, and everybody was just so happy. We were thrilled. And today, at 2 o'clock, we have Joe Grishecki coming on, and all you JaGoffs in Pittsburgh know Joe Grishecki. And you still have time to get here.
There you go.
If you haven't left your house yet, Joe is coming on it too, so get here.
Right. So throw this little Facebook thing up on your car play as you're driving out here, and then be ready for the front row when Joe starts.
Joe's an amazing
Yeah.
entertainer, as was last night. I mean, I'm a little partial, but
Yes,
it was
we
pretty
know.
good. So what I love knowing is that Pittsburgh and Westmoreland and Western PA in general, we do these things with festivals and we claim neighborhoods as our own, and that's what you're doing. You're really investing in your neighborhood. If anything came out of COVID, I think it was that, because as John said, sometimes we miss details. So we didn't know about this, right? Because there are so many things going on. And then when you really hone in and you recognize that Latrobe, what you're known for, look at all these people who are coming out, not just for one day, but for 3 days to really celebrate the history that's here. And
Yeah.
that's really what that's about, right?
It is. And I mean, the banana split being invented here is only one of the fabulous things about Latrobe, because
Sure.
we have so many other things to be proud of here. Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers'
Yes.
Neighborhood was born here. The golf legend and Arnold Palmer was born here. This is the home of professional football, if you didn't know that.
Yes.
And St. Vincent is the oldest monastery, the oldest Benedictine monastery in the country. So, I mean, we have so many things to be proud of, and we just want people to come here and enjoy Latrobe and celebrate those things with us.
So, quick question
That's a
away
great
from
point,
the
yeah.
celebration here. If people do come up for the day, are there bed and breakfast, or where would I stay if I was coming up to kind of take the whole thing in over the weekend?
Well, you can stay at the Spring Hill Suites in Latrobe by the airport, which is also, they have a partnership with the country club at Arnold Palmer's Country Club, and you can golf at the course if you're a guest at Spring Hill. We also have a lot of Airbnbs around. There's one right in town here that's owned by the Paper Heart. There's one on Mission Road, a 5-bedroom house, stay in Latrobe. But there's so many Airbnbs. They're just popping up everywhere.
That's cool.
But yeah, there's plenty of places to stay and lots of things to do, and not just for one day. You can stay for a couple days.
Now, do I have my map correctly? Sorry, Rachel.
God, John.
McFeely Way is one street over that way? McFeely Way?
McFeely Way, yes.
Yeah.
One street over, yes.
Named after?
Oh, Mr. McFeely.
Mr. McFeely, Speedy
Mr.
Delivery.
McFeely was named after? Wasn't
I
that
don't
Mr.
know.
Rogers' real?
It was in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but Mr. McFeely is a real person.
Yeah.
Joanne Rogers was Joanne McFeely.
That's right.
prior
Yeah, I
to
knew there was
That's
something
it, yeah.
about
being
her.
married
Yeah.
to
He was
Fred.
fishing. He pretended
Yeah.
he knew, and then
No,
he needed you
I
to
was
come in
halfway
for the
there.
home run.
Yeah, Joanne Rogers was a McFeely. So.
There
Yes,
you go.
McFeely, right.
As far as people coming here, because once the podcast is out, this event will have been done. So what can they expect? Are you already looking to 2023? Are you looking at what this particular year brought and how you can really bring specifically the banana split to light even more? Because I don't think we even said, are you the president of the Greater Latrobe?
I'm the president
Okay.
of the chamber,
Yeah.
and the chamber runs this event, but we do have an event director, Isaac McDaniel, who is like the guru of marketing and organization and logistics and everything else that happens here. It's amazing the way he has branded and grown the event. But yeah, we run the event, and we will start planning next year tomorrow.
Right.
And throughout the weekend, throughout the course of the event, when anything happens, we say, oh, you know what, next year we need to do this, or we need to do
Sure.
that. So we're always trying to improve and grow and make it more enjoyable for people to come, make it easier for people to enjoy things.
Sure.
What
What about the banana split, though? What kind of questions do you get about the banana split now that you really have been, governed the city for?
Well, people ask what the original recipe is,
Yeah.
and I believe you have Melissa from Valley Dairy coming on shortly, and they really have claimed the original recipe that was invented by David Strickler many years ago, 1904. So Valley Dairy replicates that original recipe in their banana split, and so people ask about that. People ask about the history of it, about David Strickler, and there's just so much to it and how it has grown. And the Strickler family, actually, there's some descendants that still live here.
Really?
And yes, and I believe you'll be talking to Andrew Lazarczyk later, and he has a tie also to the banana split. I won't steal his thunder.
But he teased it on our radio show, but
I won't steal Andrew's thunder, but
too.
he'll tell you all about that.
That's awesome.
Brianna, thank you so much for having us up here. This is totally cool. I'm somehow finding a T-shirt that has this logo on it because
we have many. We have many at our retail shop.
We're going home with some of those. So in the meantime, we have a question of the day.
Yes.
Okay.
First, where does everybody find you so that they can follow along to find the other events in your rich historical community, as well as what they can find for anything banana split related?
Okay, so anything banana split related, and to follow events for the celebration, you can go to bananasplitfest.com. And for chamber events and all things that are happening in Latrobe throughout the year, you can go to our website at gllv.org, or you can visit us at the Visitor Center at 811 Ligonier Street, right here in downtown Latrobe. And we have a lot of Latrobe memorabilia, Rolling Rock, Mr. Palmer, Mr. Rogers, things that are priceless and unique that you can only see in our visitor center. And we also have a lot of souvenir and merchandise for sale, a lot of Latrobe branded things and banana split branded things, so as well as including your t-shirt.
There you go. So we themed this question of the day a little bit for you, and it would be easy to ask what's your favorite topping, but what is the most obscure topping to use on a banana split that you've heard, or in your opinion?
You mean under the traditional banana split that we're celebrating?
John, you're getting way too technical.
Like obscure?
See,
okay, well, I will say I used to work at an ice cream place when I was a teenager growing up in Derry, Pennsylvania, which is right down the road.
I remember. You told us
and
that.
you got to come there sometime because we have an event in Derry that you guys should come to. Anyhow, there used to be a customer all the time who would come and he would order a banana split, and this is long before I knew anything about Latrobe or the original banana split or anything, but he used to come and order a banana split with all vanilla ice cream and only strawberry topping and the peanuts. So it had the banana base, but it was just all vanilla and all strawberry topping. So,
it's
but
like
people will change. Like everybody just wants what they want, and sometimes people would get like butterscotch or wet nuts or whatever, but they want the banana. Like
that's
the
good.
banana in the boat with the 3 scoops of ice cream is the base for anything called a banana split.
Right,
you can
because
customize
otherwise
it.
it's not.
Well,
you can customize it, but it won't be the original.
Right.
It's like ordering a banana sandwich without French fries, right?
I agree.
It's just not done. It is just not done, John.
It's just not done.
Nice. Brianna, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, stay in touch with us.
You guys
We've loved hearing all the things that you have going on, so we'll take a trip to Derry.
Awesome.
I had a roommate in college from Derry.
Really?
Derry way.
Yes.
By the way, don't be silly Yinzer and say Dairy because it's
we
an
used
ice
to get
cream
those
shop.
jokes all the time.
Yeah, right. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk to, what is it, the Greater American Banana Split Princess Pageant.
Yes.
Woo!
So you're going to talk to Jackie Turley. She's the director of the pageant, and we've been doing the pageant for 4 years now, and she runs all the princesses and everything that goes on. She's amazing.
So cute. I can't wait.
All right, cool.
All right, awesome.
Thank you so much.
I
We
see them all
appreciate it.
sitting over there. It's so
All right,
cute.
Jackie, come on over.
She knew her wave. Did you see
Yes.
that? She was waving perfectly, unlike mine.
Yeah.
Mine was a very north side, like, come on.
Cool.
All right.
Look how
Is
poised
Jackie
they
taking my chair
are.
here?
Yes, we'll have
All
her. And then if the girls are coming, we'll have them.
So Facebook world, you'll see them kind of coming on, all the youngsters. Hi, ladies. How are you? Look at those waves.
Jackie, you can sit here, and the girls, we'll have you guys come over here. All right. You guys can kind of stand right there behind Jackie. Sound good?
Perfect. Do you see all the beautiful
Look
princesses?
at those gorge faces. I love the crowns.
There you go.
They're fabulous.
Aren't they? They're
They're
sparkling
awesome.
in the sun.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's see here. All right, you want to start?
Sure.
All right. I feel like we should do an ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
Ooh, let's do
That
it.
we should do.
Girls,
All right,
can
so
we have
girls,
you say something?
Can we have you pick up the microphone?
There
and
you
guys
go.
get
Go ahead.
around it.
I'll hold this one this way.
It is hot.
And then we'll have you say, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Count
Okay.
3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That might
John
have to
gave
be
me
our
a dirty
bumper.
look because I was doing it with
Rachel
them.
had to do it with him.
Ad, aren't you used to that? Anyway, welcome, Jackie. We're
Thank
so
you for
happy to have
having
you.
us.
Yeah. So as we were learning a little bit about what all this community event entails, we heard that there is an amazing little pageant. We know nothing about it, but we
Okay.
know you have 4 lovely ladies next to you. Tell us what this is all about and how long it's been going on.
So my name's Jackie Charlie. I'm the director of the Banana Split pageant, which happens in the springtime every year to
Okay.
crown the upcoming princess.
How about
so
that?
these are girls in the age range of 9 to 12. They're allowed to be from Latrobe, Derry, and Ligonier.
Okay.
And the-
So when did it start? Did you sort of start it to kind of like commemorate the fact that
I did not start
Okay.
it. Our very first princess was in 2018. Her name was Piper Enke. She is actually part of the Banana Band that was marching around.
Oh, wow.
And then we have the 2019 princess. And that was Janny Van Horn. 2020 was Sophia Trunzo. And then we have last year's princess, 2021. This is Amaya Charlie, my daughter. And then we passed on the crown this year. We have our 2022 princess. Do you want to introduce yourself? What's your name?
My name is Lily Zemba.
She is
I
from
love it.
Derry.
Okay.
Okay.
And then her court members down here is Ellie Kroll and Peyton Ingalito.
You
And-
did well on these names. I would
Yeah.
need a cheat sheet 100%.
I would have forgotten them 3
Yes.
times.
I've said them a few
I'm
times.
sure. I'm sure.
Now, what happens now? Don't talk about the contest, but what do they get by winning? Do they get school, money?
So they actually got a $500 scholarship for winning,
Nice.
as well as the chance to volunteer with a lot of the chamber events. So they get
Okay.
to speak at the chamber's award banquet.
Oh, wow.
They help out at Holly Jolly Christmas. They get to be Santa's elves.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there's community support
Community
that's
support,
around it.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And-
So it's bragging rights, John.
Yeah.
It's bragging,
Bragging rights.
Yes.
Bragging
A
rights.
A
So
little
you get to wear a
stipend.
sparkly
yeah.
crown.
And who doesn't want to wear a tiara? Do you want to wear a tiara? John?
You're talking to me, yeah.
We can
now,
crown you.
When does it all start? We were crowned recently for
Right.
this
the
year.
pageant falls in May. So she was crowned in May.
Okay.
And one of the first events after that was actually Fred Rogers Days, where we gave away children's books during that event.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. So is this basically to kind of provide enrichment for young girls to, I think it's
Yes.
brilliant.
Right.
Because, so often you hear pageants and you wonder, okay, what is this kind of pageant?
Right.
But same with, we do the St. Patrick's Day parade every year. And
Okay.
same thing with their court, Miss Smiling Irish Eyes, there is an enrichment piece to it that really grooms and teaches
Yes.
young girls, the culture and the community. I love that. I
Getting them
think
out in the
that's-
community.
Yes.
Speaking to people.
Yes.
And does some of it get
That's
weighted
great.
as far as how much community service they've done on their own prior to this, or just is that part of the contest, part of the pageant?
It is part of it because they do write an essay to be entered into the
Okay.
pageant.
Okay.
So that is part of it. And we do encourage all the community events and helping out.
So what are, go ahead.
Girls, part of the contest is that see how long we can have you stand outside in the heat.
In the heat and smile.
Yeah, and smile. So let's talk to your daughter first, okay? Actually, you guys can grab the red microphone if you
There you
want.
go.
There you go. All right. So what is your name again?
My name's Amaya Charlie.
Amaya. All right. So what has your year been like as the ice cream princess?
Well, it was a ton of fun. I had my court members, which was Anna, Lily, and what was the third girl?
You're okay.
Anna
What was
and
one of your
Lily.
favorite things?
I really liked riding in the Derry Railroad Days parade. I got to throw candy out.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
When is that? What is that centered around?
Dairy Railroad Days happens in September every year.
Oh,
So the
wow.
girls get to be in that parade as well.
Good on you for
Wow.
throwing it out. I would have just eaten it all.
Yeah. It was kind of a dream come true because I'd wanted to be in a parade since I was like 5 years old and saw my first parade for 4th of July.
That is awesome.
Nice.
How has it felt? Do you feel like you've gotten to speak in front of people a little bit easier?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Ooh.
very poised.
Yes. You're
Yes.
more
Thank
poised
you.
than I am. That's
Yes.
for sure.
All right. Can you pass the microphone back to this year's
was
Banana
excellent.
Split
Step
Princess,
back and let
please?
her up, step
There you
forward.
go. All right. This year's Banana
Excellent.
Split Princess.
Welcome.
What is your name?
Lily Zemba.
Lily. Yes, you're right. See, first question is answered correctly. So, what are you going to do as the princess for this year? What's the thing you're looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to the Derry Railroad Days parade.
Yeah.
I feel like we should go.
It would be
Yeah.
fun to
What's
have
the
you
best
there.
part of it?
I like throwing the candy.
Okay, so the candy throwing is like what we're seeking, right? We want to be able to throw that candy.
What
Yes.
about wearing pretty dresses?
Yes.
What was the most fun of writing your essay?
That was
What
my
did you
question.
put in there?
I put about how I wanted to be Miss Banana Split Princess and how excited I would be.
And what was your reasoning?
I really wanted to support the community more and be more involved with the community.
That is such a good answer. I am so impressed. I feel like
What-
not enough organizations focus on that piece, so that's wonderful.
Would we be remiss if we didn't note that the current princess has bananas as earrings?
Earrings. Yes, very smart.
I
Very
mean,
smart,
if
girls.
there was a way to woo the judges, you're already in, but if there was a way to woo the judges, I think that's it. Yeah.
No, I love it. And so the continuing mission, are you planning on getting more involved with, sort of surrounding communities? Like you've said, you've used Derry, Ligonier. Is that sort of the continual, like, how else can we build the program so that they can get involved even more?
So we're trying to keep it between those three
Okay.
communities because the chamber is the one that runs the Banana Split celebration.
Sure.
And those are the counties, like the cities
Sure.
that are involved in it.
I love it.
So
Where
it
can
stays
everybody
with that.
find information on that if they want to learn a little bit more?
Oh, the website is Banana Split Fest.
Oh,
or go
easy.
to the chamber website. Yes.
Easy enough.
Okay,
Fabulous.
nice.
I think we're getting rained on, but we want to ask real quickly. The question of the day is, what is the most obscure topping you would want on a banana split?
And you all have to.
Yeah,
make
everybody
sure
has to
we're
answer.
gonna
Everybody
have time
has-
to all think about the answer. Did everybody hear the question?
All right.
All right,
Look,
so
Ellie looks very excited.
I
to
know. Do
answer.
you know
Ellie,
the
do it.
answer? Do you have an
Ellie,
answer?
What is your answer? What would be your topping?
I would say strawberry because
Okay.
I like
Okay.
strawberries.
Okay.
all right.
You want to pass it to Peyton?
I like strawberries too.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to go strawberry banana split. Anything crazy? Anybody crazy?
Go for it. What's your favorite food?
Pepperoni.
Beef jerky.
John will share it with you.
Yes. Yes.
Amaya, what would you put on there?
I would probably put cinnamon churros and kiwi.
Oh, that's a
really
good one
good.
to
That's a
add.
good
Jackie,
Yeah.
what would
Maybe
you-
cinnamon
Oh, wait.
churros and kiwi.
Okay. I'm thinking crab legs.
Oh my God.
Oh, there you
I'll
go.
share
Can we
yours.
top
There
it
you
with
go.
crab
Nice.
legs?
So we're in a rainstorm now, but thank you, ladies, for staying with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having
And
us.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your year. We're so proud of you. Keep doing great things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
All right.
Cool. We'll get Andrew over here. I'm sorry, not
Well,
Dan.
do you want them
Andrew.
under an umbrella?
Oh,
What do
I
you
think
wanna
we'll
do?
be fine. Ready, Andrew? We're ready for you.
Andrew, do you want to come on?
We're just kind of keep
West
moving along.
Virginia.
Are you guys okay?
Mountain Mama.
So we're live here at Latrobe
Take me home.
for the Greater American Banana Split celebration. And this will be our podcast this week. If you're missing it, you have to run out to church. You have to run out to get groceries.
Oh my God, are you the cutest people ever?
Run out. Oh my God! How about that? Wow, we have people. See,
You guys are so amazing. We don't care though. You're welcome to come right here.
and Monica, if
Oh my
you
God,
wanna.
You're not the cutest people ever.
Wow.
Monica, you coming in? Are you sure?
So what's
Mackenzie,
happening
come in.
right now is we're being covered by a tent by Rachel's people.
Yeah,
She
right.
clapped 3 times.
I
She
never.
went.
No, the princess
like a
has made it
pharaoh,
happen.
and we
The
got it.
princess has made it happen.
It's actually Andrew. All right.
Okay, we're gonna move it. I'm gonna move
All
in
right,
a
move in.
smidge. Yeah. Thank you. I just don't like that.
Thank you, everybody. All right. Oh yeah. All right. Ready? Here we go. Can you get in? Do you need it? Do you want to swing us around?
You can go in.
Do you want to go there?
Can we move it just? Yeah. Do you want me to go like?
What are we doing?
I just was going on my back. That's all. Okay.
You good? No. I'll switch you.
Fine.
All right. So
Hey guys.
we don't know if we're coming in for music or not.
We may have music, but it's
All right.
Listen, it's Western PA. You never know what weather you're gonna get.
All right. So this guest is super cool because we came to know. Did we come to know
he's
this
on the
guest because
YaJagoff
of Brianna?
podcast. Yes, actually, Tracy had found some info, but Brianna was very, very helpful in getting that across.
So Andrew Lazarczyk.
That's right.
He
Correct
said it right. I'm
pronunciation. Very
impressed.
good.
Yeah.
All
And you
right.
also said Latrobe properly as well. I appreciate
Well,
that.
that was thanks to Brianna, who we now say Brianna versus Brianna. So she has been helping us get our way through.
You guys, we
the
can move
Westmoreland
right in
County
here.
area.
And I believe I corrected you on it's a celebration.
Celebration, not a festival, right?
I
So
mean, did you have to go there, Andrew?
Yeah.
It's all going well.
And let's
until
making
Andrew-
sure we know who knows what's going on
let's
around here.
tease this because and our last question for you, other than our question of the day, is going to be your affiliation to the whole celebration, okay? We're going to tease that. Addie, come on over here and get under the
Sit
tent.
on the chair.
Yeah,
Come on.
right there.
Don't be silly.
Addie, come on, sit under the tent.
All right.
Anyway, so that's what we're going to tease. We're going to tease that you have a big story to tell. But in the meantime, Andrew, you are the creator of, let me get it right here. Hold on. Wildcat Championship belts, which
That's right.
what else would it be called? Because as we're sitting
Look
here
at
in the
that.
table, there's a championship belt here.
If you're
And we-
listening to the podcast and you didn't see the Facebook piece, make sure you go back and look because that belt is amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so we found out on our little Q92.9 teaser show that you make belts, wrestling type belts, for many different prizes, including the hot dog eating championship down there, or Nathan's over in
Yes.
New York City.
The
yeah?
Nathan's famous hot dog eating competition. Yeah, we do it every year on the 4th of July in New York City, Coney Island, in Brooklyn. Been doing it since 2007. They had a belt that was kind of a homemade belt that they used for years. And way back before Joey Chestnut came on the scene, there was a guy by the name of Takiro Kobayashi
Yes,
from
Kobayashi.
Japan
Right.
that used to win every year. So July 27th of 2007, I got a frantic phone call from the Major League Eating saying Mr. Kobayashi lost the belt in Japan. We don't have a belt, and the
How about
contest
that?
is in a week.
Scandalous.
Yes, it was scandalous because it had been used for years.
Right.
And I had contacted Nathan's a year prior saying, hey, I've seen your belt. I could do something nicer for you. And they actually replied with a thanks, but no thanks.
Sure.
And then fast
Then they
forward
needed
11
you.
months. Then
They
they
Sucked
needed
you
me.
back in.
They hit the easy button and called you.
Yeah,
That's so
so-
cool.
That's awesome.
So that was one of those deals. Normally these belts take, 10 to 12 weeks to produce, and here we have
Sure.
like a week. So it's one of those deals where I say, oh, yeah, we can do that. And then I hang up the phone and be like,
What am I
how
gonna
the
do?
heck am I going to do this?
Yeah.
So we got it done, had a day to spare, got it shipped up there July 3rd, and they started using it July 4th, 2007, which was the first year Joey Chestnut won.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is such a cool story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let-
What a claim to fame. But do you mind if I have him rewind? Because I
Sure.
remember
Yep.
we were talking to you on Q92.9 about the fact that you were going to be on the podcast. And you told us something interesting that resonated with me. All of us when we're kids say, oh, I want to be this. But, the reality is you don't become that, right? Most likely the sports stars and things like that. But you really started at a young age with kind of toying with
I
this,
did.
right?
I was a wrestling fan since 1983 when Hulkamania burst on the scene.
Yeah.
Brother.
Did you like that?
Yes, you sound just like him. I thought he
Thank
was
you.
sitting. I thought he was
Thank
standing
you.
here.
They call me Hulk.
He said he thought he was standing there.
I thought you
Keep
were-
going. Go ahead.
So anyway, I was a big wrestling fan growing up. I didn't watch anything else. Didn't watch football. Or, I know it's blasphemous to
Right.
not be a football fan
Right.
in Pittsburgh, but I didn't watch football, baseball, nothing like that. I was more of a wrestling guy, and that's what everybody in high school knew me as. Graduated Greater Latrobe Senior High School, 1995. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And that's why, by the way, it's called Wildcat Championship Belts because we're the Greater Latrobe Wildcats.
I knew that.
So I wanted the name to be something to do with Latrobe or something. I didn't want it to be my name, but something with the area. So that's where I got Wildcat from.
I
So-
love it.
I used to make belts out of paper. My aunt used to be the vice president of the bank that's right behind us.
Okay.
Commercial National Bank. And she used to bring me home the old, do you remember the old dot matrix printers?
Yes.
Where the paper was on a reel?
Yes.
She would bring me the scrap paper. And if I could find 3 pieces that were still connected, they would fit around my 10-year-old waist.
Stop it.
So I would draw them, on the dot matrix paper. So then as I got older, my dad was a pharmacist, and one of his clients was John's Roofing, which is a local roofing company. And they used to bring their scrap siding and scrap rubber roofing. And he would drop it off at my house every day. My dad had asked him to do that. Or not every day, but, a couple times a year. But then I would make the belts out of that. I have a little metal engraver, and I'd cut the rubber roofing to look like leather, and I would make those. And I just kind of stuck with it. And then after I went to college at LaRoche College in the North Hills, LaRoche University, as it is now.
Right. Because you're into the lay.
that's my area.
Les
Yes,
Roche,
Les Roche.
Latrobe,
Yeah, Les Roche
Les Roche
College.
from Latrobe.
Yes. So I graduated there with a graphic design degree, and that's how I learned to do the artwork that you see on the belts. And I, after I graduated there, I worked in the printing world for a while, but I was still doing the wrestling thing on the side. I would do like indie shows, and we have like little local shows around the Pittsburgh School for the Deaf over in Edgewood. We would do there, and other areas. We did a few shows at St. Vincent's. But anyways, I would still do the belts on the side, and then in 2005, I decided, you know what, this is what I want to do. I want to do real belts. I'm going to figure out how to do real belts, and I really just put my nose to the grindstone and trial and error and research and figured out the best way to do it, and then opened for business in 2005.
Are there many other places like yours?
There's a few, but we're the best.
A few. Yeah, well, I knew you were going to say that, but I mean, as far as competition, like you think, you look at, well, who do I need to kind of compare with? There can't be a ton.
They compare
right?
to me.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean,
nice.
New questions. This guy.
So Joey Chestnut has, that's
nothing on him. He can eat hot dogs like no one's business.
What's the most popular belt you think that's out there that everybody would like? That's a pretty popular belt.
The penultimate, the top belt that you could ever make, which I was fortunate enough to get to make, is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
So the belt that Roman Reigns has, he's got two belts. He's got the world title and the universal title. Yeah. But I made both of those. Everything you see on WWE, Wildcat belts made. So from WWE
you still a
World.
fan?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Every week. SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, and NXT. So from the top world championship down to the NXT Cruiserweight title, I made
we have
Wildcat
to
belts
you
made
to
it.
David Allen.
Yeah. Do you know David Allen?
He
I
makes
know.
suits
I've
for
made
some of
several belts for David
There
Allen.
you go.
Yeah, we've done a few belts for
his fashion show.
His fashion show.
John's
that we
walking
charity
in the
off.
fashion show.
Are you walking it?
Tripping.
Nice. You're tripping.
He needs a belt.
Yeah, I have several David suits.
We might need a YaJagoff belt for that.
I think that's a good idea.
Oh my gosh,
I know a
we
guy.
should think about that. Yes, I love it.
All right.
And so one of my questions on the radio was, what most odd request have you gotten? Because clearly there's a niche for it, whether it's WWE or some kind of like commemorating something big. But what was the craziest request you've gotten?
We've got some crazy ones that I don't know that we can really discuss because we didn't do them because they were that crazy.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
But some of the wilder ones we've done, I made one for a baby. They were doing one for a baptism christening. They wanted a title belt for this guy's baby. It was a very small belt. One guy, he never ordered it, but he was very serious about getting a belt for his cat. I don't know. He kind of like dropped off the face of the earth, so, go
Was
figure.
his cat a wildcat?
He would have been. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe that's
Good
why
night,
he didn't
everybody.
get it.
Yeah, that was rough.
But we do a lot of belts. Some of the funnier ones we do a lot of belts for weddings.
Oh, wow.
So like bride and groom belts,
Okay, that's cute.
We did that dog must want a belt over there.
Yeah, the dog heard about it.
Wild Dog Belt is the
Yes.
competitor.
So we do belts for lots of weddings. We did one, a bride and groom belt for an MLB player, Josh Reddick.
Oh,
He
wow.
played for the Houston Astros. And
Okay.
he played for a couple other teams. But he had a wrestling Spider-Man-themed wedding.
Oh, my God.
His bride went with it, too. And his bride actually was the one contacting me. We did Spider-Man-themed wedding belts for his wedding.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
I
so
think-
they came
I
out to the
love that.
reception wearing their title belt.
We
That is
need to
so
talk to Vicky about a Q92.9 belt.
We're
we
in.
need that. Somebody has to do something.
In.
Vicky,
I love that.
the promotions director at Q92.9.
Andrew, we would be remiss, though, if we didn't ask you about the rich history, because you actually left like a cliffhanger on how you're really connected to the roots of all of this.
Sure. So, as we know, the banana split was invented in 1904 by Dr. David Strickler. He owned the pharmacy until the 50s, who sold it to a man named Charlie Poorman, who in 1965 sold the pharmacy to my dad, Tom Lazarczyk.
Yep.
So my dad owned Strickler's drugstore from 1965 to 2000 when he retired and it closed. So growing up, we always were talking about the banana split and how it was invented at Strickler's and the history of Latrobe and the banana split and the connection between the two. So
I love
it's been a
that.
part of my life forever.
Yeah, you can't
That's
get away
amazing.
from. Not that you would want to, but
No.
wow, what an amazing
we need to
thing.
go on a healthy eating tour and get a Big Mac at the Big Mac Museum where it was invented, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
come over and get a banana split for dessert.
Can't wait. Meanwhile, we've
I
been
agree.
asking for a Brussels sprout tour, and nobody wants
Yeah,
to
nobody
do that,
fools
so-
in on that, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're
Right.
game. Andrew, this is amazing, and we're not kidding. We want to connect with you because we think there could be some really cool things that we could
Yeah.
get as far as belts.
Yeah, we do title belts for anything that you need a unique award. We have a commercial on our website where, do you want to give your employees like a printed out certificate that they've got 14 times this year, or do you want something that's really going to make them become
That's so
a champion?
True. You're exactly right.
Nice.
Like, why reinvent? Why do
Right.
the same thing over and over?
Exactly.
I love it. Are you busier now than ever?
Yes.
Now that, yeah.
Yeah, this is a full-time gig.
And is it like when you're hiring for help, is it a leather crafts person or what is that?
Well, I don't really have employees. I have a few vendors that help me out with leather, and the metal gets done at a metal engraving facility.
I see, okay.
But for the most part, it's me and just a very small core team around the country that collaborate and get these things done.
Man, that is so amazing.
I just think it's such a cool
story. I just need a belt for something. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out somewhere along the way.
Yeah, you're going to.
Well, our tagline says, "You will become a champion."
Boom. Take notes, guys. I have to get John a belt for him to walk in the David Allen. Can you do it in less than 2 weeks? You did it for Joey Chestnut. I think you can do it for a JaGoff. There you go.
That's funny.
Easy enough. Where does everybody find you?
Okay, you can find us online, www.wildcatbelts.com, and on Instagram and Facebook at Wildcat Belts.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Question of the day. It's easy to have a topping with like peanuts and whipped cream, but what would be the most obscure topping that you would want on your banana split?
That I would want?
Yeah.
I'm pretty plain Jane. I'm like the easiest guy to please. So I personally don't want
obscure.
The cherry.
Oh, there you go. John doesn't either.
I want the cherry. It's just the waste of a cherry. So
what would you put on top?
More whipped cream.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Extra bananas.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
Understood.
And you know what? You know what I would like. Here's what I like.
All right.
Peanut butter sauce.
That would be a good one.
That would be good on a banana split. I've had that
hungry
before.
Right now.
We'll call it the Andrew.
Yeah.
The
Melissa,
Andrew.
are you listening?
Yeah.
Add peanut butter sauce. Call it the Andrew.
That was a good segue because Melissa is actually up next to talk to us about all things banana splits. Andrew, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was fabulous.
That was
Look at the
so
stuff
cool.
you learned.
Thank you.
I love more than anything learning about unique jobs, and he was kind of a double,
Yeah.
like a I'm on a bada bing bada bang kick. Have you heard this? This is what I say for some reason, but it was an obscure job and history for the event.
Right.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, I think it's Brianna's phone actually. All right, here we go.
Hi, welcome back.
Just in case we need this, can we give you an ice cream? You scream, we're all scream for ice cream. Can you do that for us, please?
I have to do it.
Yeah.
I'll do
Ready?
it.
Instead of our music. All right, just in case we don't have music. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. John, did you like that? I'm so far from a cheerleader.
I was trying to harmonize.
I was pretty bad, too.
I was trying to get my BG finger in my ear. All
I
right,
love it.
Here we go. All right, so Melissa, you are the owner is it the only dairy here? Is
No.
it the only dairy associated with the Banana Split Festival?
Ish.
Valley Dairy itself is
real
a it's a family business. It's a restaurant chain. So
Okay.
we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, The tie-in for us with the Banana Split is just that we have locations in Latrobe and we have served the original Banana Split.
You have the recipe, is that right?
Correct.
So where did you get that?
Oh, wow. So my grandfather and my dad, both, involved in the business, knew Dr. Strickler.
Okay.
And
That would
So
be
crazy,
so cool to
yeah.
know.
yeah, so I guess all the college kids from St. Vincent used to come down to Strickler's drugstore for these banana splits. And then we sort of just coined the banana split, and we make the same exact banana split that he invented.
So stop
So
there,
that's-
because for those of us who literally, Pittsburgh is known for so many great things, but we don't know how cool it is to have, it's the banana split. So what is the difference? Because we probably wouldn't know. What's the original versus what you would get out?
Well, the original banana split came in a boat-shaped dish.
It had to be. Okay.
He actually had a specific dish manufactured. This is David Strickler.
Okay.
From a local glass company.
Okay.
So they were served in that glass split dish. The banana cut lengthwise, the 3 flavors of ice cream. Some people make variations of banana splits either with all vanilla ice cream or all, but they actually have 1 scoop of chocolate, 1 scoop of strawberry, and 1 scoop of vanilla.
And that was designed that way on purpose for all 3. That was it. That was how it was
That's
supposed
the
to be.
real banana
Okay.
split.
Okay.
So, and then each of those scoops of ice cream are also topped with certain flavors. Where you can get them anywhere, like Andrew was saying, with peanut butter or other things. But the original banana split has pineapple on the vanilla, chocolate syrup on the chocolate, and strawberry on the strawberries.
Look at that.
And then the
Who
banana
knew?
split on each side.
Split on each side, whipped cream, chopped nuts. We put 2 cherries, 1 on each end, and an American flag in the middle.
Oh my God.
How about that? Yeah.
I did
All
not
American.
know. So how do you go about choosing the bananas? What if is there a certain way? Does it have to be really ripe, or if it's too green, you don't want to use it? Is there some kind of method with that?
Well, for an event like this, yeah, there's a method.
Sure, sure.
We have sold thousands of splits this weekend.
I bet.
And when we get the bananas in, of course, they're all green.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I figured, yeah.
So yeah, we put them in brown paper bags and store them, and actually have this little ripening process to get the bananas ready, because
Look at that.
obviously everybody wants the perfect banana.
Yeah.
Not too many brown dots.
Okay.
Too few brown dots.
So
Right.
even, and I'm not being funny, I love bananas. Like, we eat them every day. Is that like a rule then, to kind of know if it's when you really don't want to eat it?
I think different people like them different, honestly. I
Okay.
kind of like mine a little on the greener, and I know some of my kids like them when they're really, I call rotten.
Yeah, right.
Really dark.
Yeah.
So I think that's
And that's when you put them in a blender with peanut butter
Right.
and
Now,
yeah,
growing
ice.
up here, knowing that it was your grandfather knew the inventor.
my grandfather and my father both.
And
were.
so, did you kind of realize what all that was, or did you become an adult and go, "Oh, that guy"?
That's a hard question. Yeah, I mean, I think that was more as an adult when
Yeah.
you start to put, the connection
Uh-huh.
together. And
Sure.
the festival itself here, the celebration, excuse me,
Yes.
is it has only been around for like 10 years.
Sure. Yes.
So that's really when a lot of the talking points about where did this banana split come
I
from.
see, okay.
And Latrobe was able to get the historical marker down there on the other end of town, which my dad was extremely instrumental in helping getting that official title that Latrobe is the true inventor of the banana split.
I love that.
So.
And I think it's, you know what you know. You were born and raised here, so you've always been told, like, well, this is what just like I'm saying, we wouldn't know what the banana split really was because we
Right.
didn't live here. So how cool to really be the trailblazers and saying, like, this is what it is. I love that. Has anyone, like, big chains contacted you, like a Dairy Queen or something like that, to say, like, hey, we want to do this?
Do this in the fact that do the same banana split or be
Yes.
a part of the festival?
No, not for the festival. Just, like, kind of
Uh,
replicate the banana split.
No, not really. I mean, Dairy Queen does serve a
Right, but it's not
banana,
that.
But it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How cool.
Right. It's like other teams have yellow towels at their football games or towels. It's not the terrible towel.
Or it's like
not
Permanis
the-
and they throw something on the Sammy, but
That's
not the
right.
right
That's
coleslaw and
exactly
fries.
right. So,
Right.
all right. So,
Yeah.
Valley Dairy. All right. So, tell us, if we're not going there to get a banana split, what's your favorite breakfast? What can I get there?
Oh.
John's hungry if you couldn't
I
tell him,
love
listen.
pancakes, so
Okay.
I would go for any of the. We have so many seasonal things. Like right now, we have a stuffed French toast with peaches on it. In the fall, we'll transition over to we call them harvest cakes. It's like a pumpkin-y or sweet potato pancakes, waffles, French toast. You can get them stuffed. You can get them chopped with hot apples.
Wow.
Delicious.
I'm
That-
amazed.
yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh my gosh, and you're so thin, I'm jealous. I would be like wanting something every day. So before we get to the question of the day, where does everybody find you? Social media, internet, all that good stuff, so that we can send people your way on their way to Penn State. Because let me tell you something. I travel 2230 regularly, and we were coming home in the spring from Penn State, and it was pouring, worse than it was earlier. I was petrified to drive, so I pulled in and I said, I feel like I know these people, it's fine. And I just sat there.
Oh, so you were at the Blairsville location on Route 22.
The Blairsville, yes. And I was like, I think I know these people somewhat. But yeah, I think it's awesome. So where does everybody find you?
So www.valleydairy.net. We do have 11 locations. We're all in Western PA. So
Wow.
What's the
11.
furthest west? If I'm a Yinzer and
West.
don't want to cross two bridges, you know how the Yinzers are.
yeah,
Greensburg.
we're not near Pittsburgh. No,
But-
Latrobe.
Oh, okay,
Latrobe.
Latrobe. Okay.
So they're all like
Make
this
the trip.
area.
Make the
No,
trip.
no.
Okay.
I mean, Du Bois, Johnstown,
Oh,
Katanning,
you go out.
Butler. I'd say
okay.
Butler would be.
Butler.
Butler's easy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Butler.
Wow.
Well, we're going to make
I didn't know
trip.
that. Yeah. My family lives in Butler. I'll be
Oh.
there. Yeah, we'll be
you
there.
can get your banana
Blairsville
split
and Butler. There you go.
Okay.
They're my two. They're my two.
Great,
Thank you
great.
so much. And the question of the day is, what would be the most obscure topping that you would put on your banana split? But I feel like it's blasphemy to ask you that after you just gave us such an eloquent example of what it's supposed to be.
Me personally?
Yes.
I'm kind of the boring type.
Okay.
I usually just do all one topping. I don't like the fact that they all mix together.
I
I like any one of them, but I want them all separated. So
Understood.
I'll either get all strawberries or all chocolate or
Okay.
all.
Nice.
Fair enough.
So.
right. Awesome, Melissa. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you
appreciate
so
your
much.
time.
We really appreciate it.
I don't even think I told you I had the chance to talk to her a little bit more because we were with Patricia from Zachary's Mission at an event, and that's where I saw her last. And Patricia texted us and said, "My friend Melissa's going to be on your podcast." So that was pretty cool.
We just saw her on the way
Small
here.
world, right?
Love
Yeah.
her.
We just dropped off items to her in a parking lot on our way here. So there's that.
That sounds so
Sounded
great.
creepy,
That
but
sounded
yeah.
kind of questionable. We were
good items. They were good
We were
items.
Zachary's Mission's shampoo and toothpaste mule.
Yes,
Is what we were.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what we were. But we'll do it anytime. She's a great person.
Well, thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you helping us coordinate this. All right, and I guess do we know if Joe's here? Joe
And
Grishecki?
if you guys want a banana split, I'll be happy to run you one up or drop down. We're literally right there on the
We're
corner.
definitely
Awesome.
gonna
So we'll
yeah.
get you one.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you
for-
so much.
Maybe we could get Andrew, just in case we don't get music.
To
we
say
could
ice
get
cream,
Andrew
you
to
scream?
do the ice cream,
All right.
you scream.
You guys, we went through like 4 seasons here in Latrobe, just FYI. I just want you to know. Like, we pulled in and we were sort of like in the tweener with her. And then we sat down and I thought I was going through my menopause cycle on air. And then it rained. And now it's a little breezy.
Andrew, we just, if you don't mind, for editing purposes, if we don't get music, we need some kind of bumper in between each guest. So we need you to do I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. All right? Ready?
That's it? Okay.
Yep.
I
Ready?
mean, do you accept that challenge?
Sure.
Do it. 1, 2, 3.
I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream.
It's a little bland.
You want me to do it again?
Do it. Do it like you're getting a
Do it
belt.
again like you're excited, Angela. Let's go. You're getting a belt.
I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream.
Andrew hates me. I think that's the problem.
He showed you.
He did show me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was perfect. Thank you.
Thank
Cool.
you so much.
All right, Addie, want to do one? Come on, do one.
Ad, you're young.
Come on, Ad, you do
for
it.
Crying
You're
out
loud.
loud. Dawn would do it.
Come on, Ad, you
Anyway,
do
listen,
one.
we'll take this time. We're at Facebook World. We're actually we are stalling because rumor has it that we may have Joe Grishecki.
Yeah.
And if we do, cool. And if not, no worries. We all love Joe Grishecki. He's a fabulous entertainer who we've all been lucky enough to have bestowed on us for lots of years.
Bingo.
So we do want to take the time, though, to tell you Zachary's Mission did all the drop-offs today. We weren't just making that up. Patricia has everything in hand from the last 3 porch tours. Unfortunately, the 1 porch tour didn't happen, but they did collect 3 Amazon gift cards, so thank you to the Fodis. And Patricia is now going to go back to her counting layer. Right?
Lair, yeah.
And kind of figure out exactly what was all donated and who wins. The coolest part is that on September the 3rd, we will have a podcast that commemorates the winner of who collected the most items for Zachary's Mission. So we're pretty excited for that.
Bingo. And so we got to thank everybody for letting us come up here. And we're just checking to see Joe Grishecki.
And you wanted to give a quick shout out to Jake.
Jake.
You told me to remind you.
Oh, not for this.
Oh, never mind.
Rachel said, let's talk about the guy we interviewed for a job. All right.
Oh! That's not what I meant. Oops. Colin, you missed
All right,
it.
Colin,
I
get
just said
over
you
here.
wanted to give a shout out to Jake, and he's like, no, that was a personal note for you.
Colin, come on over here. Come on over here.
Colin
with Addie.
Grishecki, ladies
Come on,
and gentlemen.
Addie, you can come over with Colin. How about that?
Adeline, get
Come
your
on.
butt in a seat and now.
All right. So we're stalling. We're stalling. And
He's not here. John,
we'll
he's
get Kurt
not
Henry.
here.
All right.
Joe's not here.
Joe's not
All right.
Sorry, guys.
At the count of 3, we're
It's
going
Colin
to say,
Grishecki.
Addie, you can grab that microphone. At the count of 3, we're going to say, I scream.
Do you want to jump back in?
All right,
Here,
cool.
you can say it with us. We're gonna say ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
Are you ready?
Ready? 1,
1, 2, 3.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Woo! You jag off.
Exciting. That was
And so
exciting.
thank you, everybody, for coming on the podcast. We have to thank you to Brianna for having us come out here. And thank you for turning off, turning on, turning on, turning off the rain.
Isn't it the truth? And please make sure that you are supporting local communities like Greater Latrobe because they're doing great things within their communities. It is such a short trip. They're little destinations that you can make in Western PA, and we love that because we want to continue the growth here where we've all grown up. So something like this banana split celebration is so important, and we're happy to be here.
And thank you to Andrew, who you organized for us to be here. That was really awesome.
He is so cool.
He
I mean,
is.
He
He knows
his
it.
Diligence. and
Yes.
his perseverance in what he does and crafting the belts is amazing.
It's amazing.
And,
That
and
is
where
so
he has
true.
gone with that, we claim him. He's going to be the
You
next
should
claim to
claim.
fame. Fred Rogers, Arnold Palmer, Andrew Lazarczyk.
Wow, I
And-
love it. And we'll
I
say
love
we
it.
knew him when.
Yes.
And the pageant contestants, so cool.
they
That's
sweet?
really cool.
That's amazing.
And I love
Yeah.
the community portion of it all.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, they love it.
Thank you so
It's
much.
So
We
cute.
appreciate it.
And
And
Thank
Melissa,
you.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm going to Butler and Blairsville. Figure out one of the 11 locations that you can go to Valley Dairy and enjoy it because it's some good stuff. And we
it's a
appreciate
family
it.
business.
It is a
It's
family
still a
business.
family
Yeah, and
business.
support local.
Breakfast for sure. Now, before we go, do you know what MSRP stands for?
Manufacturer's suggested retail price.
That
leads
was really
us right
good.
to our closing ad.
Well, we usually hear it at the end of commercials.
I
but
actually
Rorick
don't
Honda-
watch a lot of TV, but seriously.
Rorick Honda takes it seriously since it means what she said. And that just means that they increase car prices. They don't do that to make a fast buck. They do it to build relationships and sell quality vehicles. Visit RorickHonda.com for all of your vehicle needs. Have an amazing Sunday, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That was great.